Alright, so the bar for the XR6 is painted and it looks rather pretty. As we can see, it looks a lot better than when it was all smashed up. So it's come up quite nicely. So now our goal is to find all the bits that have been sitting around here for the last 6 months and put this thing back together. These fog lights took some damage, so instead of replacing them, I'm actually going to look at them and see if I can repair them from what I recall for the damage on them. But we will also polish the headlights on this thing. You know, this temporary bar looks like garbage. It's embarrassing. We'll reuse this and touch that up because I do have a bit of a project in the works for a different type of grill, which we're going to hit up after this, finish that project up. It's been sitting around for 12 months. I have no idea. Longer than that, probably. But get this back together, get these lights done, get it on the car, at least get it cosmetically looking pretty. Alright, so the lower grill is actually out of a FG, I believe it is, a later version. And bumped around and retrofitted this in because I wanted the grill to look deep back in. So we're going to refit this in, get it back in, 2 little bolts holding in, and the tags will just sort of keep it out where it needed to be. So we'll get that in now, get these 2 lights in. One light with the base got all smashed. We've just got to swap that. So take this out of here, the bulb out of here, and put it into here. The braking thing, this one seems all right. So we can get both of them in. And that's pretty much it. There's not a great deal in this thing to set up, but we'll get this one in and bolt it up first. Okay, so at the same time, we have bought another full 360-degree camera system because I cannot find an aftermarket one to run into the system that we have. Now, something that I've also found during this process is the piece that goes here with the other camera on it that's been sitting around forever that I've been testing with it. I cannot find it. I have no idea. I've been looking for the last hour for it, but turns out I have a spare one. So we're going to pull these cameras apart, test them, and if they work, sweet. But what we've got is straight from eBay. Comes with all new brains, 360 degree, has all the cameras in there, and it has all our wiring here. But bonus is we have the control as well. So we'll do some preliminary testing on this just to see what these cameras are going to do. And if it's sweet, then we'll just use this for now. And this other one will turn up. We're in the middle of a big shed clean, so I have no idea where I've put this thing. It'll be in some stupid place or something. Somewhere I've looked 5 times. But anyway, we'll test these. So I've got the system up and running, and as you can see, that camera's working. Yay! Only spent another $300 just to buy another camera. So that's the side. So let's try the front camera. Plug this in here. Now we sort of line up one way. What have we got? Just having a think. Now let's try that a bit different. Plug it in the front. Yeah, so it must be programmed to that the cameras must be different orientations, but it's up and running. The reverse camera is dropped out for some reason, so I'm not sure. We're running off the jump pack at the moment, so that could have something to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. We got a spare camera if it has shit itself. But anyway, let's get this front back together.
I could watch you for a lifetime. You my favorite movie. 1,000 endings. You mean everything to me. I never knew what's coming. Forever fascinated. I hope you don't stop running, 'cause I'll always be waiting. You are my cinema. Action, thriller, I could watch you forever. You are my cinema. Action, thriller.
So we've got it all on at the moment, but one little trick that I want to try to do that I have seen before is they sag here and create this gap. So you can see that edging in there on both sides. But if this is lifted from here, it closes that up. Now it's worse on the driver's side. As you can see there, if you close this up. So the thing that I've seen is someone actually jamming in chunks of pool noodles in these areas. So should have thought about this before putting it on, but we're going to pull it off because I've got to wait for the center grill piece anyway to get dried and painted, but we're going to pull it off and try to jam something in to see if we can get that to lift up. Putting it on is probably going to be a little bit interesting, but we'll give it a go. So there's not a lot of room in this section under here. So if you go into here in between this crash protection and this bar. So, not referencing back to the other video of the other dude, I think they must have taken that crash protection out and jammed a whole pool noodle in there. I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is take the pool noodle, slice it into about a third, and wedge it in across the corner. So this will sort of roll up and on into it on both sides. We'll get this side, I've got that clipped in a little bit still there, and we'll get this side, and then we'll see how that looks at the end.
You are my cinnamon. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. You are my cinnamon. Ooh, 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 ooh. Love you just the way you are. I love you just the way you are.
Alright, so we've got everything back on the front of the car. Those bits of foam in the front, I've certainly cleaned that right up there pretty well. I mean, it's not 100%. This one here is a bit down still, but it's, yeah, it's what it is. I mean, twisted bar out of shape, plastic molded, you know, there's all sorts of things. But anyway, it's a lot better than what it was. We got this grill back in, which is temporary until we change the new one. It does need a wash, but yeah, there you go. Alright, so looking back on the 360 degree camera system, we have got these new... So looking back on the 360 degree camera system, we have got these new cameras that we've tested. Now, the problem that I figured out with the passenger side 360 camera that died last time is that at the back of this camera, there was a hole in it. So it obviously got full of water and killed it. So we're going to reinstall it in here. We'll leave it hanging for now so we can get the orientation right later. We'll get that fitted. We'll get it in the car, get everything plugged in, make sure it works, and then we'll go from there.